Oops. There we go. Looks like that's the wrong thing. Go figure. Right. First of all, it's Friday, I think. You made it. I made it. We made it. And that's a good thing. This should not be there. Because it means the weekend's starting. And there's so many things I should have done today. So many things. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. We're here. We made it. You got through another week. It's very important that we do that. This is going to be a different type of stream, as you can see. I'm trying to study for a big thing, and I am exceptionally bad at getting myself to do that because of my mental health conditions. Some of you are aware of, where I have difficulty just paying attention. Executive function disorder is the easiest way to put it. Couples with a whole bunch of other ones to make it very hard to focus on anything for an extended period of time. Because, distractibility is high. First, I have to say hello to Five Fingers and Zenbu. I don't expect this to be a particularly busy stream, since, for the most part, I'm going to ignore you. Not really. I will have chat in front of me, but I will be attempting to read a book while having a stream go live, because accountability, folks. Accountability. That's all this is. There's no easy way for me to be like, I'm going to read this thing, and I'm going to do it at this time, and I'm going to get through this much of it. Nope. Tried it. For the past few days, I said, I'm going to read. I'll read. And I have read, some. I've gotten through some of this, but I still have a lot. Like, this is what I have to finish within a matter of days, because I'm really good at leaving everything to the last minute. Granted, this is interesting stuff. Overall, again, it's called tasting whiskey. That's what I do. That's the whole point of this channel. I taste whiskey. There's a book about it. I should probably read it. So that's what I'm doing. Plowing through it as best I can. Plowing through is trudging. It's very hard to pay attention to words on a page when they all seem to be looking at you at the same time. It's great. But with that said, feel free to donate anything to the channel, because it's all going to go to this Texas trip for me to buy more whiskey. You've been already generous on my last stream, which surprised the hell out of me. It's like, oh, money, okay. But I appreciate it. Someone really wanted me to have that buzzball, and thankfully I do not have any others. I'm not going to restock on that until I return from the trip. So there you go. As for what's in my glass, it's going to be this. I haven't actually poured it yet. I'm using this jigger. I'm going to put 1 ounce into it. And if you don't know what it looks like this. This was donated to the channel by Zenbood. I don't really remember what it tastes like. I know I've had a sip of it at least. Poured it probably once or twice. Let's just say he cracked into it first. And I'm always happy to take bottles off a person's hand, as long as they're not the type to, bottle chug. If you do that, not interested. Thanks, but no. Nothing against you personally, just... So Zenbood, I hope you didn't bottle chug. I have a feeling you didn't. And there we go. 1 ounce of Ardmurchen. That's what it's called. It says it's Ardmurchen. It's Scottish whiskey. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, it's not going to be dead silent like this. Don't worry. And Study music. Go figure. It's the same thing I use for all my streams. It wasn't the Advent Calendar, wasn't it? I don't remember what I liked about it. Whatever. Oh yeah. It's like weird fruit. It's sweet though, which is the key. There's a weird touch of... It seems like peat, but it's very light. It doesn't seem like it's Scottish peat, but I assume it is. Anyway, it smells kind of weird. But, coincidentally, I wanted to show you this before I started my little reading here. And again, just do at KillCo Whiskey Musings. If you want to actually catch my attention while I'm doing this, just do at KillCo Whiskey Musings. It will turn orange over here on my other screen. And while I will be looking generally this way and down, I will try to keep an eye on that screen for any orange blips that pop up. Because while I do want to study, I don't want to just ignore everyone. And coincidentally, the chapter I'm on is called Scotch. See what I did there? Since I'm reading about Scotch, I should have some Scotch in my glass, right? I believe the next chapter is Irish, so the whole plan of the evening is to get to that, although that's a considerable amount of pages away, and you are going to bear witness to how bad I am at reading, because I read stupid slow. I used to enjoy reading a lot, believe it or not. I used to read a lot of books, and ever since my conditions have exacerbated over the years, it's just been hard to stay focused on a book. I have to actually... One thing I want to do with this, weirdly enough, is read in bed. Because when I was younger, the amount of reading I would do would be while I was in bed. So I'd just sit there with a book and I would plow through them like crazy. I'm like trudging through them. I would just read until my eyes wouldn't stay open anymore. So it was a thing. I think that might get copy struck. I can tell you what I will do is there are like notations and such. It'll have little chapter-y-ish things. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna read about, if that's all right. I can't say the actual words other than what it is, like the general topic, but I cannot read out loud. Plus, I'm not very good at doing that. My father and mother are, but for me, I tend to get tongue-tied, since if you've been on this channel and heard me speak and do anything, occasionally I just trip over the words because I'm trying to say them too fast. Yay. Oh yeah, this is funky. It's like overripe fruit with a touch of peat. It's got a weird smoky tang to it. And it doesn't drink sweet. That's funny. Huh. Oh. With that, almost 10 minutes in already. How did I do that? I'm going to have a little water. And I will tell you where I will be picking up. As I said, while I do want to do an entertaining stream, this is more of a requirement to myself, unfortunately for you. Although, I mean, again, it's a hangout stream. It always has been. I don't even try to pretend to have, topics and conversation pieces about whiskey. Because I like whiskey. I do. But I'm more interested in sharing it and enjoying it in good company, which is what I'm doing. Except for this time, I'm reading. Because I can't be held accountable for anything. With that, we begin with tasting whiskey. I am on page 113, and there are a total of 200 and blah blah blah. That's the acknowledgements. So 240. I'll say 240. So I'm getting there, but they're big pages, and I read slow, like I said. We are starting, or continuing, honestly, with independent bottlers. Actually, wait, did I read this already? I think I did. Hold on. Maybe not. Oh, I bet I started reading this and got distracted. That's usually what happens. Zenbu, thank you. I appreciate that. You are a major supporter and you know it. But this is all for a good cause. I'm not a book learner. I can't pay attention that long to a book. It's hard to look at the book because all the words are hitting my brain at once. It's the only way I can explain it is try to read a book when you have to do it as a full page. So when I look at a book page, I see all the words because it's hard to focus on one line. It's actually hard to focus on just the line, and I have to put my hand in the way or put a bookmark thing in the way. This is a business card, but you know what I mean. I have to have some kind of guidance, or else it's just blah words. So here we go, trying to focus. My eyes don't even want to do it. And we're starting with independent ballers. I think I stopped halfway in the middle of this because that seems exactly like what I do. But again, if you have a question, comment, whatever, make sure you thumb this up because this is all for the beauty of this channel. To make it better, hopefully, and have some credibility, which I hate saying that, but people like that when you have credibility. It's gonna be hard for me to keep holding the book like this. I already realized that. This is why I used to read in bed, because it'd just be like this. Now I'm trying to hold it like an adult, and my body hates it. I'll put it on my belly. I got a belly, so might as well do that. What was I gonna say? I forget. This next part is called Putting Things Together. Oh man, I think, just so you get an idea of where I'm at, the last one was called Defining Scotch. So right now we're in the process of learning a little more about Scotch. And the rules and regulations, and so exciting. No, I'm kidding. It's Scotch, I like Scotch. That's why I poured some. But next is Irish. I have something, I think I don't want to pour. I'm not going to be able to hold it like this though. My hand is like, stop it, that's annoying. For fuck's sake. Can't even just sit here quietly. Oh, and another great way to get my attention is actually donating. Because that does make a noise. Just so we're clear, just so everyone knows. And all that money will be going into purchasing more whiskey in Texas, hopefully. Some I already have. I have some bottles I just have to pick up. Oh, that's right. I was going to say, this is a study. This is a video record of how difficult it is for someone with my issues to focus on a book and just read it. So there, it's for posterity. Is that the word? Science. It's for science. That works. What was that? Blip. I said blip because they're talking about vodka. You know, one thing that is distracting for someone like me is the fact that I'll turn a page. Notice how I'm trying to not read. Like this one has the independent bottling, and then you go into putting things together. Then you turn the page, and at the top of it is what are grain whiskeys, and I'm supposed to continue right here. Like this is where I have to pick up, but then they put this thing in the way. But we'll read that because I can't just ignore it. And that is what are grain whiskeys. Let's find out. I know what they are, but just in case. What are grain whiskeys anyway? Question mark. They're made of grain. If you hear any babbling, that's the psycho who lives next door. She loves to talk to herself on the phone. She loves to talk on the phone. Feel bad for the people she talks to. Okay, got through the whiskey part. Now back to putting things together. Jesus. Ah, yes. This weird little blip of info, which I know, but it's good to review. The age of an expression is not the age of every whiskey in the bottle, merely the age of the youngest whiskey in the bottle. It's through blends, by the way. I swear it hurts my eyes to do this. I'm trying to have good lighting. Like I have lights on behind me just because of this. I should also say I don't know if this is going to be only an hour. Back in Bourbon, hello. How you doing? Oh yes, please tell me what's in your glass. I was going to say that. I got what's in mine. It's right over there. Boom. Ouch. Hmm. We're talking about expensive Scotch that are blends, I think. Johnny Walker Blue Label, King George V bottling, Chivas Royal Salute Stone of Destiny, and the Black Gold 30-year-old Deluxe. Those sound expensive. Gonna fall off the screen here. Sugar Kitty Meow. Welcome, welcome. Trying to get myself slightly centered here. I guess I could. I'm trying to find a comfortable angle. That's my issue at the moment. Ugh. I have some. Jesus. I have some way to relax. I don't relax easy, if you haven't noticed that. Ah, yard sale. Good God. Feel free to chill out, Sugar Kitty. I'm just gonna keep reading and pouring as best I can. Let me try. Now it's really far away, and I'm looking directly down, so I don't want to do. Now you can see the lighting. Oh, it hurts. This is why I lie down. I don't have to hold the damn book. I'm also reading over a part where they're talking about how people snub Scotch blends, which is silly. Is this a blend? Zembu, can you tell me? Because I didn't look. I just grabbed it. I had to pick a Scotch and I picked that one. I don't even know why. It'd be funny if it was. How am I tired? Probably because I didn't sleep very well. Dalwhinnie? Who's spelling bee? And again, thank you for anyone who's liking this. I know this isn't usual type of stream. It is a single malt, okay. I don't even know if I have any blends other than really, really bad ones. Zenbu, you know. I still have kept that Johnny Walker wine cask finished monstrosity. Just to give to people to be like, this is a bad Scotch. This is horrible. Dylan? Winnie? They had some pronunciation in here. I didn't read it very closely. But since I'm on the Scotch area, they did go over a few things, a few words. Actually, that might have been at the beginning of the book. I really don't remember. Oh, wait. Ah, yeah. Here we go. First is Islay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. First is Isla, and pronounced Isla, not Islay. Anoch is Anoch. Bruichladdich is supposed to be Bruichladdich. There's a real tilt and roll to the first ich. Bruichladdich. My favorite, what he says is his favorite, the author, Glengarich. Glengarich. Sorry, Garioch does not seem like Geary to me, but two hard G's. Glengarich. Pronunciating Scotch is hard. Yes, by Minnick, or whatever. Yes, that one's good. Good. I've heard. I don't know if I've had it. But, oh wait. I'm like, why are we talking about that? What am I drinking? I don't function. Tweedled 28 years of blend. All right. I thought about pouring that one too. Those were the two non-strictly Scotch things that I had. But I grabbed this one because it was first. It was the first thing. The other one was behind it. Well, this is probably an older publication. So who knows? Who knows what's gone the way of the dodo since this was published. This chair leans back pretty well. I usually don't lean back. Probably because of this. I need a study desk someday. I don't have one. I have this tiny desk which barely holds my laptop. Barely holds my monitors. I had my laptop on it a while ago and it barely held that too. Now that I have a laptop, terrifying. They were just talking about how single malt prices have gone up and up, which technically should bring people into buying more blended scotches just because they're cheaper, but I don't know. Next we're on maintaining malt consistency, because that's the thing. And again, we're going to run into a part where, while I'm reading this part, this page right there, this next part is something else. For someone who's easily distracted, throwing other shit in my face while I'm trying to read doesn't help. But I do appreciate that they add a lot of pictures in this, and they do. The stuff I do need to read for certain, I assume, is not these little blips, but I'm reading them anyway because they are there. I want to read the whole damn thing. I'm going to read this numerous times, by the way. I'm going to force myself to read it numerous times. But right now, just trying to get through it once. What else I need to do? Purpose Box. I love everything they're doing. I don't know if I've tried everything they're doing, but thus far, even the one you sent me, the apple orchard thing, great stuff. I have a feeling there are other ones I would prefer of theirs that, besides the apple one, but that might have been because compared to the other samples I had, that was the favorite because the rest were, made me freak out. Ugh. Huh. Well, that's pretty funny. So apparently Glenmorangie has a very tall still, 17 feet tall. However, they bought it secondhand from a gin distillery. Go figure. Every time I stop, I need to look at chat just in case. It's been 34 minutes already. Holy shit. And I've gotten through 2 pages. Maybe 3. This next bit, that's a side step. Finishing. Yeah, we're talking about finishing. Another reason I'm doing this, if you didn't know, not because I can look back on this, but because just saying things out loud to you is another way to try to keep things in here for me. So when I say about, maintaining malt consistency or finishing, I'm also trying to process that in my head. The draft still gives Glenmore their yellow, orange, brown label palette. Yeah, he said, what did he say in the book? Hold on, I gotta find it. Which makes the whiskey light in character and quite elegant. Quote unquote. Going back to finishing now. Well, starting finishing. Sorry, they're talking about Glenmorangie and Bellini. David Stewart. He apparently figured out some technique in 1990? I think that's not long ago, but that was Let's see, I was 10. So it was a while ago. Never mind. I take it back. Finishing, is that new? Huh. I thought it was like it's been happening for a long, long time. Again, 1990 feels like not long ago, but I was also 10 years old at the time, so it was a while ago. I guess finishing is risky business. It can go yay or it can go ugh. Scotland. What? I should point. Sorry, distracted. The picture talked about this thing. What's this called? The wooden mallet is a bung starter. Sharply hit in the sides of the bung to pop it out. Bung. Sean, hello. Welcome. Mr. Great Shot, cheers. Welcome. I'm learning. I'm attempting to learn. You guys are here for moral support because I'm not good at keeping myself focused at all. I'm just trying to get through these few pages and it's not easy. Because it's a lot of words, and I pointed out a couple times things are disjointed, so it'll be a topic and then something would be plumped in the middle of it. Throws me off a bit. Actually throws me off a lot. And I'm still on maintaining malt consistency now, going back to that. No, but I think they want to do it. That's why that's opened. That's the way to open it. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought they just, did it some other way. Ugh. Man, there's something wrong with my shoulder. Bunghole Liquors, classic. Oh, nice, Mr. Great Shot. I'm jealous. Yeah. Pagoda. Kiln Towers. I guess this is a picture of Streisler Distillery in Kent. Oldest continuously operating distillery in Scotland. That's saying something. I have a feeling they've been doing distilling a very long time in Scotland. Oh, there he is, Richard Patterson, name drop. White Mackay. I don't like Dalmore. So, Patterson's a very interesting character, but Dalmore is not my thing. I'm getting a little history of Patterson, because I already know a little bit about that. What is this? Scotch flavor profiles for iconic bottlings. I'll tell you what the iconic bottlings are, at least on the chart. I can't read it out loud, Mr. Great Shot, because copyright. Yay! I'm saying what I'm reading about. Like this little chart I'm running into is called Scotch Flavor Profile for Iconic Bottlings. I can tell you that. I just can't read the whole thing because copyright. But the part I'm on right now is called Maintaining Malt Consistency. And this is the chapter in Scotch. So there you go. Yeah, Daniel Whittington was doing, I know, right? Daniel Whittington was doing some little blips reading from even this book for the Whiskey Vault, and it was just, he stopped doing it because it was just too much copyright BS. So I'm not allowed to read to you, but I can tell you a little bit about it. For example, the single malts they're talking about here: Ardbeg 10-year-old, Glenfarclas 15, Glenfarclas 12, Glenlivet 12, Glenmorangie Original, Highland Park 12-year-old, Lagavulin 16-year-old, Macallan 18-year-old, sherry oak. And for the blends, they have Chivas Regal, Dewar's White Label, and Johnny Walker Black. And what they have listed are peat, sherry, American oak, malt, and mouthfeel. And there are numbers for each one. And it looks like, I guess this is 1 out of 5 because nothing goes over 5. But unsurprisingly, Ardbeg and Lagavulin are 5 for peat. What a surprise. Yeah, Mr. Great Shot. I would if I could, but I can't. So I won't. Where was I? He was the youngest man to become a master distiller. White Mackay. I can only hear him saying it. I have a dull ache in my shoulder, and for those who are unaware, I've had elbow and shoulder issues, or at least discomfort, for the past month and a half or 2. But unfortunately, my insurance just stopped at some point, and I can't have it checked out yet. July. Hopefully my insurance will return in July. Oh, here we go. We're going into a blip where this has happened 2 times already. I'm reading about specifically maintaining malt consistency, and they've thrown in finishing and this chart, and now I'm turning the page, and then they have an entire page about Isla. So it's not what I was reading. Hold on. Unless... No, they put 2 pages in here. I can't read this easily if it's bouncing all over the place. But it looks like these 2 pages are about Isla and Speyside. Which is good, because those are 2 things you should know about, because Speyside is huge and Isla is popular. Oh, that's right. Is that right? Highlands and the Speyside are like that, kind of. What's going on here? Who's getting distracted by their phone? Not me. Leave me alone. Oh, for fuck's sake. Automated BS. Checking something. Hold on. Oh my god. That's alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream in less than 15 minutes. Hopefully I will get to the Irish section. And I'm going to attempt to read more later today, tonight, tomorrow. But I have other things to do, like tomorrow's video. It's not edited yet. So there are a lot of other things to get in the way right now. I'm sorry, it's Isla and the Islands. I'm sorry, right now I'm trying to... One thing I want to try to lock in is the general idea of what is where with Scotland. So there's Highlands, Lowlands, Speyside, Islas, Islands. Campbelltown? And I feel like there's one more. Highlands, Lowlands, Speyside. Campbelltown. Isla. Islands. Not sure. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, it's going to tell me where there's 8 distilleries on Isla. Is that it? Bunnahabhain, Colilla, Ardbeg, Lagavulin, Lefroy, Bamore, Brooklotic, and Kilchoman. I must visit Isla. Yeah, I know. aren't always counted separately. Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about the general idea and having a vague idea of where they are. Working on it, you know. It's kind of in there, but it's not solid. If someone asked me suddenly, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I don't know. That was a new one. Wow. That shows how this book is slightly dated now. I'm not sure when it was actually published. I don't know. It doesn't say on the back, probably says on the front. Ooh. Ooh, Text message, but Arno, Arnaho. I assume it's Arno, but I don't know. Pronunciation of Scottish words, as you may know, is not my forte. Check when this book was actually published. Does it say? Man, stuff's even printed in China. 2014. Yeah, it's a bit dated. A lot has happened since then. That's fine. Again, this is the basics about whiskeys, and that hasn't changed a whole lot over the decades. Other than how much is being made, really. Oh, that's an easy one to remember. Speyside is the region along the River Spey. Nail it. Oh, I'm on the Speyside part now. I didn't say that. Minnick. It's a river. Tributaries to the Spey. Huh. another story. George Smith was one of the first to go legit in Scotland, and his friends and neighbors weren't too pleased, so he carried around a pair of pistols. That'll deter someone from bugging you. At least in 1823. Craigellachie Hotel. Put that on the checklist. Alright, hold on. Okay. If I can get through these 2 pages, we're good. I'm heading into how to choose. Sorry, he says the blends are going to be less expensive, as he just mentioned Lagavulin 16. It's like, I don't know. It's probably not, it's just not anymore. Johnny Walker, that's one I usually recommend for a starter anyway, if you're interested in smoke. Listing off a bunch of things I would also recommend. Macallan, Famous Grouse, Highland Park, Chivas Regal, Glenlivet, Minnick, Dewars, that's a big one. Aberfeldy, ooh. A picture of a guy in a kilt smelling a whiskey. Sorry, nosing whiskey. Okay, going into something called Gone Silent. Quote, Gone Silent. It's Ardbeggy. You know what? I don't remember if I could tell a huge difference between the Johnny Walker Black and the Johnny Walker Double Black, honestly. Oh shit. Mr. Great Shot, thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good evening. I'm going to finish up this page. I'll probably go a little longer than I usually do. By a couple minutes, but it's only 1 page. And as you can see, it took me a long ass time just to read a few pages. Oh, I wish it didn't, but it does. Diageo owns a lot of places. So distilleries are said to have gone silent. Alright. I got it. I guess that's distilleries that have produced a bunch of stuff that kept track of how it was made, and then to reduce the cost, they just kind of shutter the distillery for a while, so they don't have to pay for it since they have plenty of backlog. Their back produce. Man, Diageo really is huge, huh? Hardbig did. Cool. Berklotic did. Glassow. Keith. Brora, Port Ellen, Glenary, and Rosebank. Those are gone, demolished, gutted. Interesting. Turned into apartments. All right. Jesus, Brora 30. Enjoy these whiskeys while you have them. I will. Yes, and they're probably saying you don't want to pour over ice if a Scott's nearby. Every cycle you learn more, and whiskeys only gets better as you do. Well, with that, we go into Irish Single Double Triple, Chapter 8, which I will hopefully be reading again soon. Almost halfway through the book. We're getting there. I've got like 2 or 3 or 4 whole days. No problem. But with that, there's still a little of this in my glass. Tune in Sunday. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. There will be one. It's just a matter of... It's probably going to be really short. And not too much editing, because I have to... Before I leave. With that, pause the music. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you... Whoops, gotta remember to do this. I will see you out there. I gotta do this too. Boop. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Reading's thirsty business. Blah.